Hi, welcome back to Splash and Go. I'm Nate Ryan here with Dale Jarrett, Rick Allen. We're talking about the 2019 season. We're at the quarter pole, 9 of 36 races. And been a lot of drivers that we've talked about from the Gibbs and Penske organizations, but some names maybe that we haven't talked about. Ryan Newman would be maybe one that would come to mind first. 15th in points, first season at Roush Fenway Racing. Maybe he hasn't produced winning speed yet, DJ, but it seems like he's still that Ryan Newman who will gut it out and get top 15, top 20 finishes when he can.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Roush has found some speed for him. That's a good thing. I think their cars are driving better. I think this new package suits Ryan Newman, his driving style and the way he goes about things, and the organization, because I think you can be off a little bit more with your chassis, but yet the driver can make up a little bit of difference with all the downforce these cars have with the big spoilers and things. So, and then you put Ryan Newman in something that is just halfway good, plus we're not having to get tires every single time that we come in at some of these racetracks, and there is nobody better on older tires than Ryan Newman. So we're seeing vintage Ryan Newman here go out and be able to do things with his race car and make a real difference in this organization. And I questioned the move when he decided to do this last year, but now I understand it a little bit more, and he's making a real difference.
Remember, Matt Kenseth was there to try to help the organization get better, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was maybe leaning a little bit on what Kenseth was helping with, but realizing that they needed better equipment, and it was just showing. Matt Kenseth, the champion, had come over after running great at Joe Gibbs Racing. He comes over and he runs, kind of middle of the pack. I think that really shines a spotlight on what Ryan Newman is doing. I think Ryan Newman has stepped into, similar equipment. It's getting better, obviously, but similar equipment, and he's running better. And so I think it looks great on Ryan Newman. I think he looks like he is doing a fantastic job of getting the most out of that equipment every single race.
Did you question the move, DJ, for driver or for team, or for both?
I think it was more team, because just what Rick was talking about when Matt Kenseth went over there and couldn't perform any more than what he could, and even changes that they said they were implementing on the suggestions of what Matt was giving them, the feedback, that they weren't just improving enough. So I applaud Ryan Newman for understanding. And I think probably, though, he's good friends with Matt Kenseth. I think there was probably a conversation there that Matt may have said, hey, there's some potential here. They just have some work to do. And I think another thing that's helping him, he's got a really good spotter. His name's Jason Jarrett, and I think that helps him a lot too. So just throwing that out there.
The name does help considerably.
Well, going down the standings a little bit to another driver who joined a new team in 2019, Rick, Matt Dibenedetto goes to Levine Family Racing. Yeah. Has a great Daytona. Unfortunately, since then, it seems like the team's kind of been bit by misfortune.
Yeah, I think I look all the way back at last year and the rumors and the rumor mill. Everyone thought Daniel Suarez was going to go to that team, and we knew that there was going to be some type of a transition to a new manufacturer. And I think when Matt Dibenedetto stepped out of the ride, or more or less said, hey, I'm not going to be in this car anymore, the one he was riding last year, I'm going to open myself up and let myself be a part of free agency. And the opportunity presented itself. He's got Toyota, who's obviously a phenomenal manufacturer right now, especially this year, and the successes that they're having. And I think it shows he's a great driver. He's a great driver. We talk so much about chemistry in this sport, how much chemistry you have to have. A crew chief, the driver, the team all has to come together to have successes. I think it's going to be there. I think they're still trying to figure out the recipe. I think that's the one thing right now that they're missing. But I think when you look at Matt Dibenedetto, he's proven he's a talented guy. I look back to Bristol and I think, wow, here's Matt Dibenedetto. He ran in the top 10 the entire race. I mean, it was a phenomenal run for him. He's very good at that racetrack. But I think they're going to find it. And once they do, just like when Martin Truex Jr. wins at a short track, once they find that, now they know this is how we win these races, or this is how we run top 5 consistently.
Yeah, I think Matt's one of those drivers that always, you can expect the car that he's in to finish 5 or 6 positions better than what we kind of expect or where it should run. And I think them changing manufacturers, that's probably taking a little bit more time. The new rules taking a little bit more time at certain racetracks. I think that time will make them better. But here's what we've got. Short tracks, he's really good at, and we know that he's really good at plate races, and after a week off, he's going to have another chance at Talladega, and I would look for him to be right in the mix.
Yeah, well, going back to another driver who had a great Daytona, another plate race, Ryan Preece finished 8th nearly had a chance to win that race on the last lap. JTG Doherty Racing, it's Ryan Preece's first year with that team. But as we get a little later in the season, DJ, it feels like we're talking about another JTG driver, and that's Chris Buescher, who's had a couple of solid runs here in recent weeks.
Yeah, really been impressed with Chris Buescher and this organization. They found a lot of speed. Ryan Preece has had some good runs, but Chris Buescher, I think, has shown the ability to run in the top 10 a lot more than what we've seen this organization do. He's a very talented driver that I think maybe doesn't get enough credit yet for how good he really is. You know, he's won an Xfinity championship, so he knows how to get the job done at all different types of tracks. And I think his experience now with a few years in the Cup Series is starting to show. And I think the rules there, again, benefit him, this type of driver, and what he can do. And I think that continued success there is just going to be finishing off some of these good runs. If you just look at the results, you would say, well, he's not done anything special. But if you go back through the whole race, they put themselves in position to have good runs.
Before the season started, I talked to Tad Geschecter, the co-owner of the team, and I said, what's the outlook? 2 cars now. You guys have, kind of gone all in here. And he said, we're more excited for this year than we've ever been. He said, because of the talent. Ryan Preece, Chris Buescher are talented race car drivers. They love the fact that they know going into every race, they're going to be competitive. It doesn't matter if it's a road course, a short track, intermediate track, whatever racetrack they go to, they feel like, and Tad felt like, we're going to be competitive because we think we have all of the items in place to be successful. So I think the positive outlook and I think the drive that team has and has always had is going to show success for them throughout the rest of the season.
All right, well, NASCAR has an off week, but then the week after that, Talladega, that team will have another chance to see if they can show some success there as well. In the meantime, you can follow NASCAR through this off week and into Talladega, NASCAR America, weekdays on NBCSN. Thanks for watching Splash and Go.
Hey NASCAR fans, thanks for checking out the NBC Sports YouTube channel. Make sure you hit subscribe below for the latest NASCAR news, race highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.